told y'all it ain't a game. Now we finna show y'all what we made of. You really think you ready? So you wanna be a warrior? Inside of us there lives and breathes a warrior. It's time for us to rise, unleash the warrior. Whoa. So you wanna be a warrior?
As week 20 of the National Lacrosse League comes inside Rogers Arena here for a big one between the New York Riptide and Vancouver Warriors. You see Cam Dunkerley in one end in the seafoam jerseys here for the Riptide tonight, and there's Aidan Walsh, who took over from Aaron Bold around the midway mark of the season and has steadily improved. Blow the whistle. Let's play some lacrosse. We're underway from Rogers Arena as the Riptide will pull the ball back into their own zone for the opening faceoff. Tonawanda Seneca. The Snipe Clan for Sundown. Into the middle. Kiernan's going to draw a penalty call here. It might have been Keogh in front that was all wrapped up. But either way, Vancouver going to take the opening penalty of the contest. Sundown at the shooter as they move Teat down to the crease. You don't see him down there very often. Matisse top side. Teat now at his regular shooter spot. Back to the Moose. He'll load one up. Back to Teat. It comes and right on. And Aidan Walsh will gobble up his first stop of the contest.
Vancouver leads the league in shorthanded goals. They've got 12 on the season.
Owen Grant, a large part of that, as he's out there on the short man unit. Feet inside. And through the wickets it goes as the Riptide open the scoring here. Connor Kiernan on a power play marker will put the Riptide in front by 1.
As Walsh is coming across the crease, watch this nice feed to the cutting Kiernan, who just sneaks right inside.
Keegan Ball, who was pretty quiet in that opening half against Halifax, but really caught fire in the second half en route to that 15-13 win over the Thunderbirds. Here's Martel inside double team. Ball comes loose. There's a chance, and it's Kevin Crowley on the tuck.
Dunkerley bites early. This kind of a broken, scattered play. And Martel's jumped by the double, and everybody turns to take the guy behind the net. That leaves a wide open Crowley, and Dunkerley leans the wrong way. Warriors tie it up.
There's the former Syracuse Orangeman sporting a all-orange setup on his weapon for Stevie Keogh. As Teat finds a little room and looks short side, and Walsh will stare him right down and make the stop.
Yeah, great look by the New York Riptide. Executed really to perfection, but not able to get a decent shot off as Mitski had a good stick in the lane, and then a broken play almost results in another shot. Vancouver.
Oh, McCulley, clip it! Over the shoulder, top corner. And Vancouver in front for the first time, 2-1. Much like a backhand in hockey, the over-the-shoulder shot in lacrosse. One of the tougher shots to save as a goaltender because it's such an unpredictable release. It's hard to kind of pick up where that ball may go.
They try to get to center with 8 seconds. They do. We'll go back on offense. But Dan Lattis here calling out Marinier and Noseworthy as two elite defenders that kind of fly under the radar, but they block a lot of shots. They're aggressive, physical, big bodies.
Penalty call coming to Vancouver as Teat with another shot that went high over the crossbar. Delayed call on here now, and a shot scores! Sundown from the wrong side of the floor, put it off the bounce, and put it past Walsh to tie the game at 2.
This one goes well wide, and then Sundown just lets this one go from deep.
Charlin Beatties on the dangle. He'll fake it, drive it, flip it, low end, double team. Crowley couldn't handle the tight pass, and now a delayed call coming here to New York.
New York penalty number 1 and 2 minutes holding.
Killen's a stick. I know it sounded like a broken record this season, but that's a guy that they can start getting 2 or 3 goals from a night. They would take it.
Power play brought to you by RS Breakers and Controls. As Ball will load and fire and score. That didn't take long.
Keegan Ball. These shots have been there this season. And what's been happening lately is he's finishing. His grade A shot, beautiful pinpoint accuracy, far side high, bar and in.
There's Damon Edwards taking over the captaincy for retired Dan McCray, who really kind of set the culture here in New York, and Damon Edwards has really kind of carried that tradition on. There's a former captain of the Wings and Kyle Matisse. Another penalty call coming here to Vancouver. This will be their third one of this opening quarter. O'Connor with an empty net, 6-on-5 now. Dunk attempt, scores! Oh, they're going to wave it off through the crease, first to touch. But a penalty call to come to Vancouver.
Vancouver minor penalty, 2 including stick.
As O'Connor brings it in, Matisse from the point, drags, loads, shoots, and he shot it wide. Ball will ricochet out for Teat. Still time on the shot clock. Jeff Teat. Steve Keogh, bouncer, scores!
Almost like a curveball from Keogh. No one shoots the pill like Steve Keogh shoots the pill.
There's Ball. Wide now, Charlotte Beatties. Martel running picks for him. Charlotte Beatties will go in behind the goal, feed in front to Martel. Ball will roll out to the restraining line. Ball does well to claim it there. Double team and got hammered as the ball comes in on Dunkerley. As we're into the final 10 seconds here, Riptide got to go quick if they want it. But they're not going to call timeout here, and I think they're going to run out of time as Edwards will try and create a late shot. Look out in the crowd as that one skips out of play. Blow the whistle. Let's play some lacrosse, by the way. We're underway here in quarter number 2. Just kind of flat-footed there for Killen when he made that pass.
Yeah, and two bodies there, Martel and Charlotte Beatties. Not sure who the intended recipient was, but a bit of a breakdown there for the Warriors offense.
Slip it in. Kiernan couldn't get it past Walsh, however. And Charlotte Beatties trapped back on defense for Vancouver. Another dunk attempt, this time Walsh ready for it as he denied Sundown on the wraparound.
Sundown, one of the best in the business from behind the net, but he puts that right in the chest.
Charlotte Beatties on a crank. Rebound there for Crowley, couldn't collect. And Dunkerley's got it on a quick possession for Vancouver. Lead feed. Here comes the Riptide. Thornburg kicked away by Aidan Walsh. A real mentor. Kurt Malosky says without Bob McMahon, he wouldn't be the coach he is today. As there's a goal from Riley O'Connor as he found a little open room on top of the crease and bounces it low past Walsh to put the Riptide back in front.
When these two cook, their chemistry almost unmatched. As Dilks has to respect Teat, almost looks towards the double, and then Riley O'Connor is left open as Dilks turns his back.
As we approach 10 minutes to go here in this opening half, it's Keegan Ball tried to sift one through, and the Riptide defense in the way of that shot once again as Wild will pick it up. Lead feed. Edwards trying to bring it in. He will. Bad angle. And he tried to go up and over the shoulder of Aidan Walsh, who would have none of that. Here's Killen. Fake the shot. Drives it low. Bouncer. And Dunkerley did well enough as he took his own net off the goal line, but managed to make the stop. And here come the Riptide once again. They might have numbers. 3-on-1, in fact. It's Brownell. Scores! 5-hole on Walsh, and Riptide by 2.
Vancouver a little lackadaisical on the loose ball effort in the offensive zone. Turns into this transition opportunity. 14 block shots. That is elite status for a rookie.
Plays a mean game as well. Does Jones delay call on here, and we're going to moving pick call on Crowley, or are we going to get a second penalty potentially?
New York 44, minor penalty, trip here.
Sometimes you'll see Vancouver kind of change up their formation, not so much their personnel, but they'll move some bodies around to different spots. Here's Ball off to Charlotte Beatties. He'll fake the shot, back to Ball, flip it, Crowley, and he sent it. They're going to say no reset here. Now they will say reset as one official couldn't pick it up. The other made the call. Ball! Book it!
Sometimes when things aren't working out, just go back to bread and butter. Outside snipe by one of the hottest sticks in the National Lacrosse League. Didn't need that extra pass on this set. Just get Keegan Ball open.
As we will go to break here, and a good one cooking from Rogers Arena. Jones leads the Riptide in caused turnovers. 21. There's another penalty call coming, this time to New York once again. As Walsh hustling to the Vancouver bench, 15 on the shot clock for the Warriors. Extra attacker comes on in the form of Kevin Crowley. He'll set the pick. Here's ball right in, and rockets one off the shoulder at Dunkerley, who just does enough to keep that one out.
New York minor penalty 2 minutes left.
Roughing the call. There's Ian Wilson.
Vancouver right back to the power play where they're 2 for 2.
Power play brought to you by RS Breakers and Controls. As you got a look at the Toronto Rock legend Dan Ladouceur and his wingman in the former captain of the Portland Lumberjacks and Pat Jones. And do we have another call here against New York? We do.
New York penalty number 2 minutes left.
About the easiest chance to score a goal in the National Lacrosse League.
So Dilks will just stay high for a safety valve as they'll creep in 4-on-3. Crowley down on the crease. It's Charlene Beatty. Shoots it. Scores! We're tied. As Charlene Beatty cashes on the power play.
13 seconds in to the 5-on-3. They work the perimeter to just let Charlene Beatty have that uncontested shot. Not much you can do defensively on the 4-on-3, but try to get your sticks in the lane.
Ball off to Charlene Beatty's, looked high as Dunkerley was falling down, missed the goal. Charlene Beatty's again, winds it up, ball loads it up, fires, and that one hit a body in Marinier. Vancouver hangs onto the ball. Charlene Beatty's from well out, scores! Oh, they wave it off. I think Killen in the crease, or are they going to say shot clock? And we might get a challenge here from Kurt Malosky. Now, this is a bit of a funny situation because you've just tied the game. You're on a power play. You challenge this and come up empty. That's a tough one to go at if you do not know for sure. But no challenge from Vancouver, and that one will not count. Behind the goal, Killen will work it around to Keegan Ball as Crowley sets the high post. Here's Charlene Beatty's on a step, a pump. Didn't pull the trigger. It's Ball now. Charlene Beatty scores! That one will count. And Vancouver back in front, 6-5.
Power play perfection. Vancouver scored on every man advantage so far tonight. That's their 4th power play goal. 2nd in a row for Charlene Beatty's as he steps into this one.
He wants it to McCulley. He's got it. Way out near the boards and then just stripped. Beautifully there by Mitch. Wow, Damon Edwards up ahead of the play. Off the bench comes T quickly. Stops on a dime. Give it back to Wild. Handcuffed him with that pass. And now Lady with room to gallop. He'll scoop it up. He's got Grant ahead. Brings in the pass one-handed. Oh, with Grant down low. Stopped by Dunkerley.
And able to disrupt a cut. Not let him catch a pass.
Organize the Masters golf pool. Scores! That one snuck through for Killen. Oh, Dunkerley sliding on his knees, just didn't get the wickets closed in time, and Kyle Killen sifts it through.
Kyle Killen with the quick stick, quick release. Looks like he's going high, but kind of tucks it short side. 12th goal of the season, and the Warriors are on top by 2.
As Albany and Panther City will wrap up the week. As Charbonneau a scoop and go. Keel's not going to catch him from behind. Here comes Charbonneau, and he hit the post, and then a ricocheted right back towards the goal and went wide. Here's the veteran Riley Lowen. And a nice 10-point game against the Wings on the road earlier this season. And is their unsung heroes. Crowley took a high check, has to leave the ball as his helmet came off. Can't play without the equipment. And as Martel slips it 5-hole.
Keeps his feet moving, shot clock just about to wind down, but he tries to increase his angle by taking another couple steps and puts it 5-hole past Dunkerley.
Here's Keogh, Matisse, Kiernan into the middle. And you know they're looking for 51, and here he is, scores! Set play works to perfection, and the Riptide, with 1 second left, get goal number 6.
An outside look, they don't need the crashing and banging. They just need to get some space for Jeff teed up high, who gets the shot on the run.
There's Charlene Beatty, who had an excellent opening half here for Vancouver. He'll feed Crowley, who had Vancouver's opening goal here tonight. And he's got ball on the roll to the goal, and a kick stop rebound. Martel scores! Oh, he plucked it right out of the crease and stuck it home. And Vancouver back in front by 3.
He's got a nose for the net. Absolute fearless lacrosse player this season, Ryan Martel, goes for the garbage after this Dunkerley save on Keegan Ball, who does a nice slip to get to the middle. And Martel, one of the easier ones he'll get.
Into the corner for Charlene Beatties. Back in front, McCulley thought about the backhand, didn't take it. Brownell stalking him behind the goal. Here's Charlene Beatties off the post. In the inside of the post at that, now Ball, diving, scores! Oh, they wave it off as Dunkerley was taken out on the play. And we'll maybe get a Vancouver penalty call here, or maybe a Vancouver challenge.
There's a discrepancy between officials on that call. The play will be under review. Vancouver shooter steps on the crease prior to the ball crossing the line. What a crease violation. No.
The Orangeville product who spent a little time out here for his junior lacrosse career with Victoria, and he's coming back out this summer to suit up for the senior Victoria Shamrocks. There's Teat on a step back and look 5-hole, and Walsh kept the stick right where it should be, between the legs. Quick peek down to Sin City. Mammoth lead the Desert Dogs. Third quarter action. 9-7 your score there for the Woolies.
Two non-playoff teams.
Killen. And Dunkerley in front of that one to keep it out of the goal. Keegan Ball with 13 on the clock. Takes a chop. Ball into the middle. Down to the crease. Turn. Crowley. And Dunkerley does well enough to keep that one out as he was dancing around in his crease as Crowley tried to outweight him.
Dunkerley dancing, and he puts it right in his chest.
Keeps it a 3-goal deficit here for the Riptide. Feet in front as Sundown was cutting through. He's through the crease, can't touch the ball. And the referee right on top of the scene there. And look out, some action here between former teammates in Kirkness and Sundown. As we haven't had a lot of physicalness, I would say, in this game, Brad, as the temperatures start to rise in this important regular season affair.
Great to see those two former teammates paying dividends for their teams this year.
I know lots of family members watching Larson back east here tonight. As there's a chance over the shoulder again for McCulley, and Dunkerley kept that one out with the stick. What you'd have to say is a patented Kyle Rubish check. Ball into the middle, got a little room, shoots it, scores! Well, you don't want to do that for Keegan Ball. Time, room, bullseye for Ball.
45 for 45, that's a career high. Hat-trick on the night for the hottest stick in the NLL.
It's Steve Kale. Look out as he goes around the back down low, and Walsh did well enough to keep that one out, as you just never know what to expect out of the stick at 28.
37 years old, three-time champion, still as crafty as they come.
Rochester, Colorado. Here's Ball one more time, and Dunkerley goes post to post. Dunk attempt, scores!
Dunkerley well out of position. They get the reset. All right, the New York defense is a little bit discombobulated. He almost gets a piece of it with the flying jump kick from Dunkerley.
Also a champion, 2017 with the Georgia Swarm, originally drafted by Minnesota. Way back. Long drive, Walsh to stop, collects the rebounds.
If they're keeping Teat quiet, guys have to start crashing and getting to those dirty areas, paying the price.
Late third quarter now, $1:40 to go in it. Charlene Beatties in a stretching stop there for Dunkerley as he dropped down in the butterfly. And just as the New York Riptide look out, as they just got across center to Deacon, are on the move to Ottawa. The Las Vegas Desert Dogs are on the move as well, Brad. They're not leaving Nevada, but just heading down the road a little bit to Henderson in a brand new building as Jeff Teat from outside scores.
Almost from the restraining line. He goes far side with that one. 4-goal game. Teat's got his second.
Number Cornell man for the Big Red. As here's Robert Morris's Kyle Matisse, and man, do the New York Riptide have a lot of alum from Robert Morris on their team.
And Matisse showing some frustration. He went to the rack hard like we wanted to see, but now he's going to get a penalty off ball behind the play.
Well, this is big here for Vancouver because they're going to get a 6-on-5 and then final possession of the third quarter as well if they don't stick the biscuit in the basket here. As Charlotte Beatties, the ball in behind, dunk attempt for Killen, and he didn't get all the way around the cage.
New York 46, minor penalty, elbow.
And it's going to be a 5-on-4 here for Vancouver with a 4-goal lead. Charlotte Beatties bounces it off the pad of Dunkerley, who's going to have to be real good down the stretch. 3 seconds to go. Got to get it to goal. Charlotte Beatties, he missed it. And the buzzer will sound to end third quarter play. We got an early penalty call coming here to start the fourth quarter, and it's going to go to Hamer Jackson right off the faceoff.
Tripped up Thornburg after the draw. Yeah, it's a long sprint to that bench, but then once you get there, you've got Keegan Ball, the righty.
And that's why they switched benches, Brad, this year. Kurt Malowski making that move to create those opportunities for Ball, but this time it's Charlotte Beatties with his own opportunity as he gets another, this time 4-on-4.
Watch the accuracy on this rip. So he goes kind of mid-range, far side, 35th of the season, shattering his career highs.
And now it's a 5-goal spread here for the Warriors. As now the Riptide with a short power play here, just 10 seconds to work with. As O'Connor has a look, it's Teat. Matisse down to the crease. Kyle Matisse, here's Dunkerley creeping out of his goal. Now he's going to have to retreat. It's Hammer Jackson out of the penalty box. He's got a 2-on-1 here with Owen Grant. Pass wasn't great. And then Grant couldn't puck it. And the Riptide get it right back as that one just didn't materialize the way it should have.
Teat deep into the corner, almost a lock game here against Bowering.
Yeah, I expect that to be a strategy here for the Vancouver Warriors as well. As Teat! An absolute snipe!
Teat starts leaking off. Sundown sets a huge pick on Bowering. And Jeff Teat's hat trick is another outside snipe.
Here's Martel. Into the middle, room. And Dunkerley, oh, Martin, yes indeed. As LaFontaine couldn't trap it in time as it got past Dunkerley and just trickled across the goal line for Marty.
And Martel shoots on the run. Dunkerley gets a piece, it trickles behind. All smiles for his hat trick. Third Warrior to hit 3 tonight.
He's right up the middle of the floor. Jones will go set a pick. Borgatti, and he's stopped by Walsh.
It was a well-executed take. Callum Jones does the right thing. Takes the man on a 3-on-2 to give Borgatti that wide-open shot, and Aiden Walsh stands tall.
Charlotte Beatties just missed. And similar to Dan Lattiseau saying Callum Jones talking about his compete level, that's how Kurt Malowski described Owen Grant as well. Just 10 out of 10 off the charts as far as the compete level goes on every single shift. And now we're going to get a Riptide penalty, and might be a dive as well here as he tried to sell it on Marinier, and I think they're both going to go here. Warriors with a stop on defense with 10 to play here from Rogers. Grant with a bounce shot deflected wide. And the Riptide quickly back the other way. Kevin Brownell with speed. Nobody took the ball carrier and he shot it wide. Possession paramount at this juncture of the contest with a 5-goal lead and under 10 to go. Charlotte Beatties, got to keep going to goal though if you're Vancouver. He'll spin it, he'll shoot it, and that I think caught the butt end of Dunkerley, and they'll get the reset here if Killen can maintain possession. And he can. Feed in behind to Martel, stop and go, dunk attempt for Martel, and he can't get it to go, and then through the crease first to touch. Riptide trying to mount a comeback here in the fourth. Teat, he's done his job here tonight. There's a chance for O'Connor. Nice little pump fake there, but Aiden Walsh has been solid in this second half. Martel down to the crease, killing. Here's Keegan Ball with room. Jones, the matchup. Here's McCully, and he looked 5-hole on Dunkerley, who stuffed it confidently.
When it hasn't been Dilks, it's been Lady all night long. And again, this is the 5th game without Matt Beers. He would be over on that side of the floor as well.
Here's Charlotte Beatty's beautiful feed, low and hit the crossbar. Oh, that would have been a dagger right there for the Warriors. Because a lot of people were sniffing around Charbonneau at the draft. And he said, no, this is where I want to be. Here's McCully looking short side, kid stop, rebound, dunk! And McCully's got 2. And the Warriors with their biggest lead of the night. Here in the 4th quarter with under 5 to go, now lead by 6. Charlotte Beatty's just stays on the right side of center as Walsh starts to make his way to the Vancouver bench late in the shot clock, however, as Martel trying to create late scores. Oh, Ryan Martel with a gem as he sticks it short side. And Vancouver up to 15 on the night.
Ryan Martel just takes his man one-on-one.
He just wasn't doing that type of thing a year ago, going to the rack with some authority. Looks like they're going to extend their playoff hopes into week 21 as they'll head for San Diego next weekend. Still 2:25 to play here for Keogh.
They want a flag. There is a challenge coming from the Warriors.
After review, the New York non-shooter steps inside the crease prior to the ball crossing.
Matisse behind the rack. Up top it comes, skip feed down to the crease, so Connor double clutched on it. Here's Teed on the drag, flip it, Keogh, clip it! Look at this, look at that from Stephen Keogh, he did it again!
Through his own 5-hole into the back of the net. Absolute filth from Keogh.
The double 5-hole. Keogh tried to thread one through to O'Connor. Minsky came down with the clamp. And who wants it? Rebauering's got it. And he's got it up ahead here to Charbonneau, and it's an empty net for Vancouver. Give it to Charlotte Beatties. Yes, sir.
As he looks to the bench for approval, they're like, yeah, go get number 4.
I want to thank everybody for all the hard work this season here in Vancouver. It's been a lot of fun. There's one more. This time Taggart Clark gets it to go.
Taggart Clark, who Dan Lattiser was praising this week. A lot of confidence in the young man and a bright spot of their future for New York.
This time will tick down here in the 4th quarter as the buzzer sounds. And the Warriors win this one by 6. And playoff hopes are still alive.